It's the Knicks' 52nd win of the season, most they've had in a regular season since 12-13. We continue now from the Corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. Next up for the Knicks tomorrow night, home again to take on the Toronto Raptors. We'll see you for the pregame at 7 and the game at 7:30. So far this year, the Knicks are 4-0 against the Raptors. Let us now listen into Mike Brown's postgame comments, as always, presented by Chase.
Guys, last couple of games, one of the things that we've been harping on and are talking about is our starts. And the last few games, actually, maybe 3 to 4 games, we've been better in that area. And I have to take my hat off and applaud our guys because they're trying to lock in and focus on the beginning of games. And again, it's not about being up 20 or even being down 10. Because that can happen. You can still start right, no matter what the score is. And I thought our guys started right tonight. That had carry over into the fourth quarter. Our fourth quarter defense was pretty good. And our fourth quarter offense, in terms of the execution, was really good too. They obviously tried to cross-match, putting Nimi or Vooch on Josh, and our guys did a nice job attacking it. We've faced it all season, and so we feel like we're pretty good in that area, and we feel like we know how to attack it. And to Josh's credit, Boston, their game plan was to let him shoot, and he stepped up and he knocked down big shots. If they leave any of our guys open, we want our guys to let that thing fly, and Josh did tonight, knocking down big shots. At halftime, there were a couple of areas that we talked to our guys about. The first one, Peyton Pritchard was kind of having his way with us. And, in the second half, our guys did a better job. He missed a couple of shots, but our guys did a better job of trying to pay attention to him and not letting him get to the rim and finishing. And, him going 3 of 8 and scoring 8 points in the second half was huge for us. You got to give the young guy, Shireman, a lot of credit because he stepped up and knocked down some big shots to fill that void. But, we definitely wanted to try to slow Peyton down a little bit in the second half. And then also the offensive rebounding. Boston had 12, they had, 8 in the first half, but it seemed like, every single time that they got an offensive rebound, they scored. We did a better job giving up only 5 in the second half. We got to even try to do a better job than that going forward, but we gave up 5 in the second half for 6 second chance points. And, so those two areas, doing a little bit better job on Peyton and doing a little bit better job on the offensive glass, on their offensive glass helped out a lot. I talked about Josh's big shots down the stretch. Cat with a double-double. He was good for us. JB with another double-double. He was big with the 25 and 10. And we got a lot of great production off the bench, especially from Mitch, Jordan, and with the scoring and spurts. But at the end of the day, circle back to Josh. Not only did he give it to us from a 3-point line and with execution offensively in that fourth quarter, but in the second half in particular, he was really good defensively. We had him guarding, everybody. He guarded Tatum for a while. He guarded the other wings. He guarded Vooch. He guarded Nimi. So he was really good for us, on the defensive end of the floor as well.
You guys were up 72-59. They made a crazy comeback and they ended up running a 19-4 run. And you guys responded. Was there a message to your team to get them to rally at that moment? Was it them kind of locking in? What did you see tonight?
I mean, they're a good team. It's well coached and they've been in a lot of big moments. And so we knew they weren't going to go away. We knew they were going to go on a run. I was hoping it wouldn't be that big, but again, give our guys credit. They went on a run. We just held steady. We didn't panic and we just kept trying to chip away at it until we felt like we got back in control of the game. So, that's what this league's about. A lot of times it's a make or miss league and, Shireman got hot during that time and he had a couple of threes, which, gave them all confidence. And, We tried a couple of different things, to try to keep the ball out the paint. And they're a good team. They move the basketball, and they found each other or other guys, and guys stepped up and knocked down shots. And then Shireman was 6 of 7. Vooch was 2 for 4. Payton was 3 for 8. So the guys coming off the bench, they had open looks and they knocked them down. So you got to give them credit.
Coach, they struggled in the first half, Boston, from the 3-point line, but second half they hit their threes. What changed for you guys defensively?
They just made shots. The reality of it is Shireman's a good shooter, and when you have a guy go 6 for 7, it impacts your shooting percentage. They're a really good shooting team, and if you're going to tell me that Shireman's going to go 6 for 7, but they're still around 30, to take that, because they got really good shooters out there on the floor. And so, our contests, we're similar to Boston. We're similar to Oklahoma City, where we try to protect the paint. They had 32 points in the paint, to our 46. And what that means is it's hard to take away everything. And if you're going to protect the paint, then, you're going to probably be late on some of your closeouts, or you're going to give up some threes. And, part of it is you hope that your physicality throughout the course of the game has an impact on them, so that when they do shoot, they feel your closeouts, even though they might be from a little further away, because we're protecting the paint. So our guys, without going back and watching the film yet, I felt they did a pretty good job of providing multiple effort, which is helping in the paint and then trying to get back out and making them feel us. But at the end of the day, they got guys that can shoot, and they're going to make some, and that's what we choose to give up.
52 wins for Mike Brown, most ever for a first-year Knicks coach, and Josh Hart, a big reason why the Knicks got the win. 15 fourth-quarter points as the Knicks win it by 6. I want to remind everybody we have complete pre- and post-game coverage of every Knicks postseason game throughout the entire postseason. You can watch here on MSG or stream our coverage on the Gotham Sports app. Knicks win it by 6 over Boston, finished the regular season 3-1 against the Celtics.
That's very positive, and you can tell they're starting to come together at the end of the season. And I agree with Coach. Starts are very important, especially in the playoffs in a 7-game series. You don't want to be digging yourselves a big hole early on in the series, early on in games. Got to punch first, especially leading into the playoffs.
Knicks have also finished really well when it's mattered most in crunch time against Atlanta and in this game against the Celtics. As they win it, Josh Hart, the hero tonight, as they win it by 6. Welcome back. It's the Knicks beat the Celtics tonight, 112-106. It looks like the 4 players off the bench for the Knicks are going to be Shamet, Robinson, McBride, and Clarkson, and Mitchell Robinson again. Tremendous impact. 7.7 rebounds, 3 steals in about 20 minutes of playing time.
Outstanding defense, too. He switched out a lot on some tough matchups on Pritchard and on Jayson Tatum, and he did a great job defensively. There you see him locking up Jayson Tatum. He's so good out on an island when he has to switch and help. The defense is always going to be there. The athleticism is there. The injection of energy in the first half by the bench was a lot. Mitchell Robinson.
He doesn't have to play a lot of minutes to really impact the game, Wally. That's what's amazing,
No, and that's where, like, all season long, the Knicks have done a good job keeping him fresh, keeping him healthy for the playoffs. That's very important, and these are impactful minutes. Because when he's out there, he knows, I'm going full go, 100%, make something happen.
Averaging a double-double over the last 3 games, playing just under 21 minutes a game.
It's great.
Amazing. So Mitchell Robinson, bench overall, didn't score as much as Boston's did, but Clarkson had an impact. Mm-hmm. And Shamet and McBride can be very helpful, too. So it looks like it's going to be, if this is gearing up for the playoffs, it's going to be those 4 guys off the bench.
It looks like it, and that's a nice luxury to have. You got to build chemistry with those guys, so that unit played well in the first half, not as well in the second half, but that's because Shireman got going. So sometimes the guy's going to get going on the other team, but overall the bench is going to have to be key in a playoff run if you want to sustain a long run to the championship.
Yeah, those guys with OG Anunoby, the 4 guys off the bench, and Anunoby were, as you mentioned, especially good early in the second quarter. Knicks win it by 6, 112-106 over the Celtics. Knicks and the Raptors pregame at 7. Game at 7:30. You can also stream our coverage on the Gotham Sports app. And a reminder, as the Knicks head into the playoffs, so do we. Complete pre- and post-game coverage of every Knicks game all through the postseason. Just turn here to MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app and stick with the home team for every game. Knicks beat the Celtics by 6. We'll see you tomorrow night. Knicks and Raptors pregame at 7.